wanted to basically give an introduction of a song. And before I do that, I wanted to tell that there was an imperfection, not with the song, but the way how the song was being distributed. And basically, let me give an explanation. This song was supposed to be taking place in 2021. Apparently, we was having some problems as far as, the arrangement of getting people to, because I was looking at some people who basically can recruit. And apparently, the person that I needed to do this project, she was unavailable. So therefore, it was supposed to be released on somewhere in 2021. Evidently, we had to release the song in 2023. Now, the company that I do the distribution on, apparently they made a mistake as far as the distribution, but they're fixing it. But actuality, the song is released this week. It was released Sunday actually, so they're trying to fix it and everything. It's on loaded up on all stream platforms. It's on iTunes, Apple, or Spotify. Um, you could see how the image of Spotify was, and the name of the song is called "Pray," and it is featured by an awesome performance, a vocalist. Her name is Katie B. Miss B, you can find her on Fivers. Fivers, like I said, is a proud sponsor of ZHL Collection. We basically made connected with Fivers because we always get listing of things that can create help me to create so that it could be a part of ZHL Collection. I just want to say a special thanks to Fivers and even Miss Katie B because she did an awesome performance as far as singing her vocals. I wrote the song. My name is Black Pearl, which I had said already. And I want to give a special shout out to JAHMALA for music productions. He basically nailed it. This was the first time that him and I, ever done a country music. And from the moment I met Miss Katie B on the Fires app, and from listening to the way she sings gospel, country, grassroots, all kinds of genres, and her vocals are so distinctive. I just can't. I mean, it just blows my mind when I hear how the way she sings. To me, her singing can teach a lot of singers, how to sing. Because honestly, she's been in the field for a long time. Based on her portfolio, she's born in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's the home of country music. She her most is country music, but she does all kinds of genres. She did a soundtrack for one of the themes for Mike Tyson. It was called The Uppercut. Um, when I was looking for it, I only saw the part where she did the instrumental, and there was some vocals in the midst of it too. So shout out to her. She's a ghostwriter. She's a vocalist. She's a person of many hats, and she's also a perfectionist too. That's why she became the high professional level on Fiverr's app. She when I mean high professional, Fiverr's have category ranges that these are the best people where you can basically do your basically can sell and they can promote your business and pretty much they're like the top tier. If they have the pro line, meaning that they get high base of clients and so forth. And pretty much the only way we communicated was texting, and we did some video back and forth. Teaching like she was teaching me basically, some stuff because it's like my first time writing a country music, so I just wanted to make sure that this song makes sense. And she said to me, she gave me some good, tips and stuff like that, which is good. And I'm glad that we was very helpful for each other and so forth. And also, like I said, Jamala Downer. Now, I want you guys to hear it. Now, TikTok hasn't got received the song, but if in case anybody that's a TikTok fan and you wanted to play the song for your storyline, create a backstory, give your support. It's called Pray, Pray. It's basically a movement, a message. It's basically giving to uplift. Some will make it think it's Christian. Some will make it think it's R&B. Some will make it country. To me, it's a diversity of music. You see, this is a question. I had received a question, not to go off topic. Some people say, why would you do country music considering the fact on your platform you're like pro, black? And I said to them, I said, when it comes to music, there's no discrimination about any type of thing. Country music, if you look at the history of country music, it was both integrated for both genres, for both levels. And we had a guy who named the Neville Brothers who used to sit there and sing songs and multiple. If you look at the history, Mama Horton, the saying, "He ain't nothing but a hound dog." That was not just only rock and roll; that was also country music too. And some cultures they decided to segregate it like that. I don't do it here. In my creative platform, what vision I see, and if I can get the singer or songwriter, whoever that can collaborate with me, but most likely I do all my songwriting. And I got to emphasize that because everything that I've done so far was based on my creativity. I had people along the way to help me along and to see my vision, but everything I did was as far as the directing and everything and so forth. Miss Katie B is a professional. So she was able to perfect it in the way of her version. But she made sure she kept it the way how I wanted it to be. That's how I am. If I write a song and I have a lyric and I basically part into that lyric and show you the way how it's supposed to be done, I want it done that way. Because there's a reason, because I'm trying to go into my vision. And so for, like I said, I look at music as the colors of the spectrum. Now, Isaac Hayes, who was basically a phenomenal legend. Some of y'all don't remember Isaac Hayes. He remastered a lot of songs. He had done soundtracks for Shaft, many other things. He was a producer. He was a songwriter. He was a singer. He sang songs, remastered songs, "Walk On By" for the song "Dead Presence," but he had sang it long time ago in the 60s and 70s and 80s. And he said that he looked at songs as a color. And at first, I didn't understand what he was saying. But now I can relate. I look at color, I look at music as a spectrum. It's a structure of diversity of elements of any race, ethnicity, whatever you are. And within that color, we have colors. We have 7 colors in the color spectrum. It goes from red and it goes all the way to violet, which people will be known as purple. Within those colors, it all tells a creativity and a storyline of each and every one of person. So that's how I look at music. I mean, you see songs crossing over from different type of origins of people, but it doesn't matter. It's how the way that person can sing within that song and how you put that song in the classification. That's why if you look on my page on Black Pearl, first name Black, last name Pearl, and you see the spectrum of music, I say that we must go into the diversion and the diversity of being high on the spectrum waves of music. And I'll give you the link to the page. And basically is about all different type of ways of you singing that song. It could be me singing it. It could be me doing flowetry. Next minute I do stuff that's dancehall music or reggae music, something for the culture. And then I would get somebody to I would write a song and get somebody and produce that song and have that person sing the song the way I want it to be. And I don't care who that person is, as long as the person can understand my vision. And that's how I see it that way. Country music has been embedded in all genres to all cultures, especially in the reggae culture too. When my grandparents came up here, they were listening to country music. I remember when I was in the 80s, when I was a young little girl, I had a babysitter and she used to listen to The Lady of the Coal Miner's Daughter. And I remember when I saw that movie and she started singing. And I remember Donnie Partner, because my grandmother was the biggest fan of hers. You know, when she sang the original, she was original of "I Will Always Love You," and she used to sing a lot of songs. I remember when she was doing the movie as her being a secretary, working 9 to 5, and my grandma was always in love with her. Like she was always inspired with her. She used to listen to her songs and so forth. I remember the original artist that the movie that Bette Midler had sang, where he basically sang "The Rose," and I fell in the love how the way he sang "The Rose," and I was like, wow. And even with Bette Midler, when she sang "The Rose" and originally remastered it on the version of the movie from a legendary singer named Janice, and I loved how the way she sang the song, and I was like, wow. I was like, those type of music, because when you listen to R&B and blues and you listen to country music, it tells you a storyline of what that person went through, and it also gives you a formative way to give you to move and to vibrate and to collaborate, just like gospel and so forth. So I always think that music should be about a diversity. It should be about colors. It should be stratiation. It should be a color of art. So anyway, I would love for you guys to take a listen to it and take a listen to it. Phew, I just think that this was one of my greatest passionate work that I ever done, and just to have a person who's a professional singer to basically sing the song. This is not my first time. I remember I had done the melting pot. I did that all myself, not all by myself, but I did the lyrics, and I did the part with the poetry of my brown skin, and I also did. Then I had to work with this guy who did this rapping. It's called. His name is Lucius Davanis, and he basically did the vibration. He did the one with the colors of vibrate, and it was telling about the introduction of the children's book, and then other people that had worked along with the lyrics and how they blend in, by whether it was piano, all kinds of instrument. I remember when I was working with this girl, and her name is Olivia Nicole, and she's located somewhere over in the Middle East, and she sang this beautiful song, "Do You Know About My Skin?" And I just loved her voice because she had that angelic voice and so forth. So that's who I work with. I write songs, um, based on things, whatever inspires me. I'm not professional of it, but I just anything that comes in my head, I love that song. Yeah, the original singer of the Rose. I remember when I sang that song for my grandmother's, because she passed away, and I remember she had listened to that song, and that song kind of stick with me. And then I started, and I remember she used to listen to Patsy Cline's, and I believe nobody can remaster Patsy Cline's, no matter how they try. They had the new generation remastering, but it's not the same. She had that distinctive voice, and shout out to rest in peace to her, even though she had buried a long time ago. And yes, I when I was young, I had listened to a lot of music. So this week coming along, but you can look at it now into YouTube Music on my profile of Black Pearl. You could go on Spotify. You see the cover of it. That's on Spotify. I'm going to give you the link of it, and you can hear it. Give me your likes, and also I'm just giving you the introduction of it. And I just want to say, excuse me, sorry about that. That why I wrote the song. Okay, from going back into it, the reason why I wrote the song is we've been going through a lot from 2018 and even going all into 2003. And so much stuff of just heartache and just more meltdown. And I know that it's coming to a breaking point that I don't want nobody to self destruct. We seen the part. I remember this poet guy. He's saying the revolution would never be televised, and a lot of people, it. Yeah, and that was in the 70s, and He also came with Whitey on the Moon. And it's so ironic that half of the things that he said is happening right now. How we're going worse than inflation, and we're basically prices of food is high, and then everything else, everybody's coming at your door. The rich man coming at your door, knocking at your door because they want money. And meanwhile, you see increasing of poverty. And then you hear the rich saying, "Oh, why don't they work? Um, we would work if there's jobs, you know. And who wants to be poor? I mean, come on." So this is a dedication for everybody to come on this bus, just like the guy that's saying we're gonna go come on board to Jericho. Curtis Mayfield, shout out to him. Rest in peace to him. See, I was born in those type of eras, and that's why I want to bring back these music, but I make it my version. And this is just because those music inspired me, and this is what I want music to be. So meanwhile, I'm telling people, to get on board and let me take a bus ride and let's see around the world, because you guys are only seeing the distraction that's on news media and social media. So as you get on board and you just ride on, come on and ride on, and you just had your ride on. The world is not the way it's supposed to be, right? So you see nothing but famine, inflation, and poverty. So as you come on and ride on in the middle, you see how the world is not supposed to be here. That's my version, the gospel version, but she put it in the country version. And then she said, "Did you pray? Oh, we need to pray. Oh, why don't you just pray? We gotta pray." And and if I did have somebody that was gospel that was singing, trust me, I would make a part two of the storyline as well too. And I just feel like the only thing we have to do is just stop a moment and just pray. Don't worry about when it's coming or nothing. Just know that it's gonna come. Just pray. And that's it. So this is Black Pearl coming at you guys, and I just want you guys to give your likes and shares and your opinion, and please support this song called "Pray." It's now on Spotify. I'm going to give you the link. It's on Apple, it's on iTunes, and it's on everywhere. Pretty soon it's going to be on TikTok platform, Facebook, and whatever, because it takes time. But other than that, you can see it here on YouTube. I'm going to give you the link of it, and you will see the establishment will be on 2023, not 21. So get on board and just pray. Come along with me. There's something that I want you to see. I need you to pray. Oh, just come on and pray. All right, this is Black Pearl.